Sports presents
SIZZLE. What's going on, man?
Yes,
how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling wonderfully warm. How are you feeling? Are you out in the cold?
You know what's amazing is that you really don't know how wonderful your heater is in your car, especially your defroster is, until it is your lifeline home. It's like it's like you have the defroster and like, ooh, and you're like, I also turn it on, dude. It was about 105 degrees in my car when I was driving home because it had to be because the snow. Literally, I had 4 inches of snow in my car. Like soon, if I turned the heat down, it just like glazed over in ice because it was like -3 degrees with the wind chill factor, and it was still snowing. So I don't know. I'm from the Midwest, but this is enough of this.
Yes, we do it best in the Midwest. And you know what else we do best?
What?
Start the Start the sizzle.
You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
Oh, she came back.
Yeah.
You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
That's right. You know what it is. You know who it is. It's The Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we are the talk of the 219. We are the hottest talker in the 219. We are everything you want to be. And you know what we're going to do? Jay, we got to hit them with something. We got to hit them with the 5 and 5, baby. We got to hit you with the hot 5 and 5. So, Jay. What's going on, man? Listen, are you ready for the hot 5 and 5?
I'm already for a hot 5 and 5, man. I like stuff hot when it come in fives.
Like 5 wings, 5, fries.
Dude,
5 specials.
Dude, they got some of these, or they got some oatmeal cookies with a little hint of cinnamon at Starbucks. Ooh, man, give me a Venti decaf. Hey, do you go up in there and say the Venti and the Grande? Do you see all that when you go to Starbucks? You just say, I'll take a medium one.
Yeah, just give me the large.
And they be like, and then they look at you like, you mean the Venti? And no, I mean the medium one.
That's right. That's what I want. But you know what, man? On the hot 5 and 5, let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
Hot 5 and 5. Yeah. First topic, we got to talk about the Bulls keeping pace. Oh, yes, the Bulls are out here keeping pace in Indianapolis with a 120-112 victory over the Indianapolis Pacers. Jay, they went into Indianapolis and put the Foom Fops on the Pacers at home. What do you think about the win?
First time they won there since 2016. I didn't know it had been that long. That's how bad the Bulls have been. Sabonis, that guy's huge. But let me tell you something. The Bulls got away with it today because the Pacers were missing bunnies left and right. It looked like all the bunny rabbits got away with their feet, so there's no Easter going on for the Pacers because they were missing bunnies left and right.
Let's talk about hot topic number 2. Hot topic number 2. Jay, the Cubs do a Jake Arrieta reunion. Are you down with a Jake Arrieta reunion?
Well, let's see who else can they go sign. They can go get Sammy Sosa. They might as well go do that. I mean, look, here's okay. You got Chatwood's gone. You got Hugh Darvish is gone. Who else? Is somebody else gone too? I think all 4 of their starters from last year are gone. So you bring in Williams in with Jake Arrieta. What at a happy good deal. So what? It doesn't make a difference. Again, they're just running them out trying to get y'all to come back down here and pay some of this $500 million off, baby, because we broke down there with the Cubs.
So I take it's not a happy reunion for you.
It's ridiculous. It's the same old in Chicago sports. It's like they don't think we read the newspapers and we watch the news. It's like, why are you bringing back retreads? Are we going to try to win anything up on the north side? Are we? No.
No, but the one place that is the Chicago Blackhawks. They're in a points rate right now, and they beat in overtime the Detroit Red Wings 3-2. Are you encouraged that the Blackhawks are going to make the postseason this year?
You know what I'm really encouraged about too? Yeah, I'm really happy about that. I want to see Kane and the captain go out like they should go out in the playoff burst. But you know the most amazing thing right now is Patrick Kane is 32 years old. He's still rocking the mullet. You know, he's getting close to his 1,000th game, man, scoring 400 points, you know, I think 600 assists or whatever he's got going on. Still being a good teammate, still one of the best scorers in the NHL. But you know the funny part about it? He's rocking a mullet. It's like it's all party on the backside, but he's starting to get a little Al Bundy on the front side. Just want to say that.
Ooh. Horrific. And last but not least on the Hot 5 and 5, Wentz trade taking a little bit too long. Jay, do you think this trade is going into Nowheresville for the Bears?
Why would Carson Wentz, who's been killed up there, literally been crucified up there behind this terrible offensive line? I think he was sacked, hit 50 times last year. Why would you come to a team with a worse offensive line than what you had? It just don't make sense. I mean, you know, I understand. Let's get your money, boo. But and here's the other thing about it. Is that have you heard any significant movements from the Bears to shore up that offensive line? I haven't even heard any rumors yet. You know, so what are you going to do it in the draft? It's like, come on. You know, I don't know. If Carson Wentz does come here, he'll be running for his life, just like Patrick Mahomes was running from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when Tom Brady, the great one, put it on him like I told you that he was going to. I just had to toss that one in there because it makes me feel good every time. Hey, my homies, how y'all out there? Y'all still mad? Oh.
So you're just not going to let it go? You're just going to keep going?
I'm riding like an old donkey. You ever seen an old horse and one of those things where they be strapped to the little thing that's walk around and the kids are just jumping on that pony and they just riding around in a circle about 5 times? See how that horse looks? That's how my Mahomie fans look. I'm the fat kid on the back of that horse with ice cream running down my chin, jumping up and down on that poor horse, my little Mahomies.
You know what? That was the Hot 5 and 5. And because of Jay Sizzle's ridiculousness, we're just going to go into the next topic. We're going to go into the next topic because I can't keep doing this with him. But you know what? Let's be serious for a second. You were right about the Super Bowl champs. And I think you're going to be right about this prediction because we had talked about this before on some episodes.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some sizzle or fizzle. Is it sizzle or is it fizzle, Jay, that J.J. Watt is coming to the Bears?
Look, J.J. Watt is not coming to the Bears. Why would he? Number one. And what are you going to – is he coming for the veteran minimum and you're going to get what? 8 to 10 plays out of J.J. Watt because he is on the downside. J.J. Watt ain't coming here. You know where J.J. Watt is going? He's going to Pittsburgh to hang out with Derek, to hang out with T.J. They're going to go open up a Subway right there at the 50-yard line when they come, and they're going to all sit there and eat Subway sandwiches and play professional football together. Why would you pass up on that? Look, why would you pass up on that? The 3-time league MVP, why would you pass up on the time to play with your 2 younger brothers on the same team? I don't think it's ever been done that 3 brothers have played on the same team at the same time. He's not going to pass up on that. His wife is doing a lot of stuff in Chicago where she's coming in and doing whatever she's doing. She's got business and ventures. Man, come on now. And here's the thing. You got a better chance of winning in Pittsburgh than you do in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You got a better chance. You got to. Okay, let me ask the question now. J.J. Watt is coming in here. So where is he playing? Who you sitting down? I mean, you got Bilal Nichols not going to play now because J.J. Watt's here. Hakeem Hicks. You know, J.J. Watt it might as well be Michael Jordan going to the Wizards. It might as well be that. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Everybody knew when Michael Jordan went to the Wizards, they're like, Mike, don't go. Don't go. Just let us remember. I believe you can fly. You know what I'm saying? You already beat the Monstars. You know, why are you going up here now? And, you know, why? But he's Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He can do whatever he wants to do. So J.J. Watt, he's going to come down here, hobble along. He's going to practice, 1 hour a week. He's going to line up and give you 10 snaps for league minimum. So why even run him out there? Why even run him out there? I let him go up there and hang out with his brothers for a little while. That'll be fun. That'd be fun. But not in Chicago.
I think it's a good idea for him to go and do the family thing, the history thing.
Yeah.
But this is so Chicago. And the same thing we were just talking about, the last part of the Hot 5 and 5. So, okay, the Carson Wentz deal is taking too long.
Yeah.
If that's your guy, that's your guy. It doesn't matter how long he is. But, okay, let's cut through the minutia. Word on the street, Daniel Goldberg and some more reporters have said, he wants to come to Chicago because they feel they can fix his mechanics. They can do some things with him to help him along in the progress.
Whoa, stop it. Please.
Okay,
I almost had a coronary right there. Are you telling me the Chicago Bears are now the quarterback whisperer? They're the team. Yeah. They're the team you're going to come to fix your quarterback. I'm sorry. Yes. You've had a guy here almost 5 years and you ain't fixed him.
Right.
What is wrong with Carson Wentz, how he throws the football?
Well, here's the thing. Just like you said about J.J. Watt, when it comes to Carson Wentz, if my decision or if I get to choose between the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears, which one is closer to winning?
Right.
And if you tell me the Chicago Bears are, then I'm going to tell you you're highly concussed. There is no way that I'm taking a situation where they have a better head coach, they have a better general manager, they have a better ownership group, and I'm going to thrust myself after being beaten repeatedly beaten, as taking the beating in Philadelphia, and come to the Bears who couldn't fix the mechanics. You couldn't fix the footwork. You couldn't fix him knowing how to read coverages. Yeah. You couldn't fix what was going on with him with the line, because that not being his fault. But my God, when you see that the play is not going to work, you can't audible out. And even if you can't audible out, the doggone it, you throw it away or you throw it in the dirt. Say, I can't do this. That's not going to work. But I see how this J.J. Watt and Carson Wentz, to me, are Chicago fairy tales. It sounds good. It sounds nice, but it's not going to.
Speaking of fairy tales, you have a coaching staff that still sleep. Have you ever had one of those dreams and it was so real? I mean, even when you woke up a little bit, you still thought you was there until your eyes fully opened up and you realized you was still in your bed and you wasn't in that $4 million mansion. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls, Matt Nagy, are hallucinating.
The Bulls and Matt Nagy, they're all there.
Look, let me tell you something. It might as well be the Bulls coaching the Bears right now. They would have a better chance than what's going on right now. This is what's that hallucinatory drug? What's that one that make you hallucinate?
Oh, well, it's a lot of them, but I think they just use the cheap stuff.
Out of the 70s, what was that? I forgot what that was called. They smoking wet ones. That's what it was. They smoking wet ones.
Smoking the BBB.
Yeah, dude.
They're smoking BBB.
If they believe somehow or another that they're going to pull this thing together somewhere and they're one quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl, that they look. Here's the thing about not going to get Carson Wentz right now. How do you think Carson Wentz feels right now? You know who Carson Wentz is right now? He's the okay chick that hasn't been asked out to the prom yet, and you're like, oh, let me see. Well, I know, Carla over there. Maybe it was. Well, okay, all right. Let me go see if I can go get the cheerleader chick. I got one more cheerleader that ain't been asked out. I'm gonna try to go get her. Then I'm gonna slide up on Carla on Thursday. When was the prom? Friday nights.
You're right.
I'm gonna slide up on Carla on Thursday after 7th period. Hey, how you doing? Look, yeah, you want to meet me at the prom?
Yeah. And you know what else is ridiculous? And let me stop this right now before we go any further.
Yeah.
Bulls fans, just because you saw Kawhi Leonard in a Chicago Bulls cap
Don't do it.
does not mean in any way, shape, form, or fashion that he will be in Chicago ever.
He's not coming. He's not coming. See,
You had a better chance of Kobe Bryant coming here.
you actually had it. Well, you had some of a chance of Kobe Bryant come here.
You had a better chance then.
The Bulls. Look, the Bulls are the most attractive they have been since D Rose left.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I mean, because you have a guy with Zach LaVine who's right there on the cusp of being something fantastic. If he can keep this upward momentum, see, this is right that very good, and there's that big leap to great, because great is very good all the time, and they can turn it on whatever they want to, and then every once in a while, greatness just exudes from them when they need it. That's what set the great ones about. That's why LeBron is great. LeBron is great because when he needs it, he can go get it. He could play old man basketball, but when you need a bucket, LeBron James is a bucket. When he wants to go get a bucket, he's going to go get a bucket. There ain't a whole bunch of things you can do about it. This is what Zach LaVine is very close to being, but he needs to be a bucket all the time. You going to guard me one-on-one? James Harden, great. You can't play no defense, don't need to play defense. I get paid to score buckets. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you going to guard me one-on-one? I'm about to dribble this ball 55 times between my legs, and with 4 seconds left, I'm going to do the step back three, or I'm about to go past you and do this layup on you. There's nothing you can do about it. That's greatness. Zach LaVine is getting there. If he can keep... Now, here's the problem with Zach LaVine, okay? We saw this jump to superstardom, right? He's getting his old man game down, right? But now his athleticism is what sets him apart. Because of his speed and his quickness and his explosion to the rim. Can he keep this physical game going up, and can he keep up with his mental game now? Because right now he's super confident. He hit a fadeaway three with 22 seconds left to go like he was shooting a free throw.
Right.
That's just confidence. Can he play like that? This is what made Kobe Bryant great. And this is what Kobe White is trying to do. Like, look, watch me. I can shoot threes too. But there's a small little guard out there, way out there in the city that's got a bridge over it and they wear the yellow jerseys that he's trying to emulate. But that guy is great at more than one thing. He's probably also top 5 ball handler in the league too. He's the greatest shooter and the top 5 ball handler in the league. You gotta have the left hand and the right hand working together, or you just out here swatting flies.
Yeah. So at this point, I think the Bears defense is just out here swatting flies too. I don't see. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, Jay. Maybe you can tell me. Even if you bring J.J. Watt on this Bears defense right now,
don't do it.
Where does that make market improvement? Where's your game share? Where's your win share with him there?
Nowhere.
Do you pick up 2 or 3 games because of J.J. Watt?
No, you're going to get J.J. Watt for about 6 ball games, and he's going out with the hammy. He's pulling the hammy, and he's going to take his $3 million, and he's going to go buy a Subway franchise.
What said, I don't remember him doing that much for Houston's win share this year. No. Now, maybe I'm wrong.
Well, look.
Maybe he did something more than I recognized in the box score. Well, but maybe, again, I'm wrong.
Look, J.J. Watt was great because of his physical ability. Because he was able to explode off the ball and get his hands on you and make it happen. Soon as he could not explode any longer like that, he became an average NFL football player who thought he should be getting the calls. Now you could block him. It reminds you of Kyle Long, who's Pro Bowl material at guard. Then the Bears stick him out there and tackle where he should have never been out there. He gets injured, and all of a sudden he's a guy who can't play average offensive line anymore in the NFL because his body gave up on him. Mentally a tough guy. J.J. Watt's a tough guy. If J.J. Watt still had his wheels, he'd be a terror. But right now, J.J. Watt, he's a one-legged defensive lineman. And he can't look. This is how you defeat J.J. Watt right now. You run the football at him. You just keep running the football at him because he can't stand up under the pressure because he can't out-quick you anymore. He always reminds you of Brian Urlacher when Brian Urlacher slowed down. And also you realize Brian Urlacher could not get off a block in his chest to save his life. A guard would hit Brian Urlacher and he'd start flying backwards. Why? Because that's not what he was designed to do. He reminds you of Brian Bosworth. Remember the Bos? Until he had to actually tackle somebody big as him one-on-one.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
You know what I'm saying?
A really good comparison.
Right. So the whole thing about it is that, yeah, you have the name and all this type of stuff, but the Bears, our only reason why the Bears are trying to do this is so that they can keep the beloved who have been on this hallucinatory drug and been drinking the Kool-Aid for a long time, that the Bears are going to be a Super Bowl bound team. The Bears are in playoff hell. They're going to play just well enough to get into the playoffs and go out the first round, unless they do something spectacular. And one thing they need to do spectacularly is find an offensive line. Please find an offensive line. Go overpay for somebody's great offensive line coach and get them down here. This is what you got to go do. This is the only way the Bears are going to be competitive. I said it here before, and I'm going to say it again. It sounds like somebody we know. And, the Bears are a 5-11 football team if they don't fix this offensive line. Don't holler at me because I'm beautiful. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Nostradamus is right most of the time. And when I'm wrong, I'm close to it. So I'm just letting you know. But when the beloved get that 0-5 start again, because this time it was 5-0. I said 0-5 start.
Mm-hmm. You did.
All right.
You just flipped it around. You saw the 5 somewhere.
It's an 0-5 start. I'm telling you, that's what's coming. That's what's coming to the beloved if they don't get this offensive line together. Book it down.
All right. So do you even I know maybe financially, and this is the other thing with this J.J. Watt thing, Carson Wentz thing. You're talking about bringing on money. You're talking about, I think the Eagles would be $40 million over the cap. There would be a $40 million cap hold on them if they trade Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So you're talking about that. The Bears are right up against the cap wall. How do you keep Carson Wentz and their incumbent quarterback? Because if you don't sign Mitchell Trubisky, you got that other guy, the herky jerky one.
Look, it's not Nick Foles' fault. None of this. Look, I'm not even putting it all on Mitchell Trubisky. I'm really not putting it all on him. It is because they will not protect him. You saw what happened, and the only reason I'm bringing this up, I'm not going to harp on it, but I just want to make this point. You saw what happened to Patrick Mahomes when he didn't have an offensive line in front of him. This is a guy who could, and he still made some spectacular throws that should have been caught, but he couldn't make enough of those throws when they dropped him. He didn't have any more tricks in his bag because he was literally running for his life. He literally was just throwing the ball over his shoulder down there, hoping somebody would catch it. This is the difference between a offensive line that's a sieve and the offensive line that's got a couple of Pro Bowlers on it. Because had Patrick Mahomes, and the reason, let me take 2 seconds here to get our listeners to understand the point. It's not that I thought that Patrick Mahomes was not capable of winning the Super Bowl. I thought the cards were stacked against him, that he was going to have the greatest game of his life to win this game. And I said, if Tom Brady got out in front of Kansas City and they forced Patrick Mahomes to throw the football, that it was going to be game over. And that's what it was, because I knew this offensive line was not going to be able to hold up against this Tampa Bay defensive front. That's probably one of the most feared fronts in the league last year that went under the radar. So what I'm saying is that Patrick Mahomes, even behind a very bad offensive line, looked good at some points. He just couldn't look good enough as that he needed to look good so that he could have an opportunity to win this game. There was no, and not one point in time in this game did you thought, where's my language going? It's out there in the sleigh. Did you think that Patrick Mahomes was going to win this football game? The only time you thought that was when the Kansas City Chiefs stopped the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down on the goal line, but you failed to remember he still had 99 yards to go against this Tampa Bay defense that was hunting for bear. If the Bears go out and try to get a Carson Wentz or anybody else like that, and they got a reduced cap this year, they're going to hinder their team. Look, who is Carson Wentz going to throw the football to?
Right.
Because we have not signed Allen Robinson, and I don't think they're going to. So now you're going to run Mooney out there. You're going to finally run Riley Ridley out there. I need to find out why they're not playing Riley Ridley. I just don't know. Maybe I don't know why, because he catches everything they throw to him. And so now you have. So is that who Mooney's your number one wide receiver next year? That's who Carson Wentz is going to throw to behind a bad offensive line. That's what's going to happen. That's going to. Is that what's going to happen? No. No, that's not what's going to happen.
Nope.
Not going to happen. So,
I don't even see it changing anytime soon. I see it being the same thing it is. I think you're going to run Nick Foles out there again, let him those numbers get off your books. You're going to let Allen Robinson walk and hope that next year in 2022 have a top 10 pick. And then maybe you'll try and run it back again and see what you can do. But right now, I see the Bears as a running back. They're if there was a song, they'd be the holla back again Bears.
Holla back.
They'd be that.
Are they going to get another running back? They need another running back. They need help.
Sure.
You need a real running back that they stop running Cordero Patterson back there. He is the Swiss Army knife of the NFL, but stop running him back there.
No. You're going to go and get a free agent running back from Appalachian State Community Tech College who ran for 15,000 yards on his prison football team.
From Waxahachie State? Northwest? Hey, anytime you get one of them teams that they have the odd compass signs on there, if you come out of that school, you get to the NFL, you're a bad boy. Anytime you come from Arkansas Community College, Southeast, like the real college, it's Arkansas Community College South, but you in Southeast at the other campus.
You were at the adjunct down the street campus.
Right.
You were like, if you down the street, turn the corner, and you see that building behind the high school, that's your school.
Right. Your administration is in a trailer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Actually, your games were played in the park. They had a park rec league for you.
And they had to wait until the girls softball game was over. Not the college girls softball, but we talking about the 12-year-old softball. Those girls.
The Mighty Mitt. Yeah.
And
you have to wait for them to be on.
And they all have pink ribbons in their hair. Have you ever noticed that? They all wear the pink ribbons in their hair. They wear the little ribbons in their hair, and they have the eye black on.
Speaking about the softball team, I thought you were talking about the players from the junior college.
Sometimes they do have pink ribbons in their hair. It's okay in this society now.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Yeah. That was it, my friend. That pretty much does it, my friend. That does it. Okay, so we've already assessed that J.J. Watt will not be coming to the Bears unless he owns at least 4 Subway franchises and would probably look really good in a Steelers jersey.
He's going to the Steelers. We know he's going to the Steelers. Everybody's talking about he's going to Green Bay. He ain't going up to Green Bay. He's going to the Steelers. He's going to hang out with his bros.
What would you go to Green Bay for? It's even colder in Green Bay.
Man.
And after what
hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm telling you now.
Hold it. Have you seen Pittsburgh's winners?
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? With them heels?
It's like Chicago East. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, Pittsburgh's horrible cold up there. And they your pipes break in your house, all that type of stuff. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, the pipes actually break into your house.
Yeah,
They're
really.
pipes.
They're called the pipes. And the old nor'easter comes off the Bering Sea and comes rolling down through New England. And, you know, no, man, I love those. Man, I was watching Wicked Tuna the other day. Do we got 2 seconds to talk about this?
Yeah, talk about Wicked Tuna.
Dude.
You got 2 seconds.
Dude, the guy was throwing a pot out there. The pot's where you catch the fish from, and he got his foot hung up in the cord, and he almost went over. One of the old guys had to grab him out of there and unloop his foot for it to pot take him over. I'm like, oh, hey, did you see the Daytona 500? Did you see the race or the back end of it?
No,
they did some crashing. They did some crashing.
Really? All right, well, we'll have to talk about it on the next episode.
You don't even care. You don't care. Do not patronize me. Do not.
I like Hamlin because I like Hamlin's PJ. I'm like the baby. Hamlin, I like your PJs.
I said NASCAR. He's like, Nas? He got another album coming out? That's
right. I was like, wow, Nas has a new album coming out already? Wow. He is really doing the thing
he's
now.
Really doing it, yeah.
Really hits ridiculous. Yeah, he's doing it. But listen, if you didn't know that you can catch the Sizzle live at Hook and Reel Cajun Seafood Bar and Grill, we'll be there on Sundays from 6 to 9 p.m. We'll be playing music. You'll have great food deals, great drink deals, and you'll get a chance to be with us.
And you can catch some crabs in the bag.
Yeah. Yes, the ones you can eat.
The ones you can eat. Come on down.
Well,
have some fun.
Yeah, the ones that you boil, put in the bag, and then you catch. I'm not even going to do this with you anymore. I can't do it with you anymore. But listen, yeah, we got to wrap this up. Yeah. We got to tell you, if you haven't subscribed, liked, and shared the Sizzle, first of all, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Second of all you have to do is go and find us. We're everywhere you want to be. Look, if you're on Instagram, you can find us. If you're on Twitter, you can find us. You can find us at hashtag Iron Skillet.
Yeah.
219. That's all you got to do.
We are
Iron Skillet Sports 219. You can find us. We're there. And if you want to find us on YouTube, which you should already be subscribed to, that's okay. If you're not, that's fine because we're there. Iron Skillet Sports at YouTube, on Facebook, Iron Skillet Sports. And oh, by the way, we are everywhere you need to be on your podcast front. Stitcher, Google, iTunes. We are always there for you.
Yeah.
We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Everywhere. Except, we're still in the hunt for offensive linemen. Wherever they are, I'm going to look for them. I'm going out to the Bering Sea right now to see if I can cast a pot over there and catch an offensive lineman. They need to
that might be your best bet.
Yeah, they need to be well-sized. Anyway. Oh, hey, you know what? Hey, G-Sizzle, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm still a pirate.
He's J Sizzle. I'm G Sizzle. We are the Sizzle. We are the hottest talk in the 219. We are the hottest talk anywhere ever. We are what you want to be. Hot all the time. Sizzle. And we'll see you on the other side.